Stack DOP, make sure USD. Got them NFTs. Hold on, make me.
Yo, what's good, NFT City? It's your boy Chris, and we come to chat with another episode of the NFT City podcast. I'm feeling great today, and we got a special guest today, my boy Haze. How you feeling today, bro?
Feeling good, bro. It's nice to be back. Let's see what happens today.
For sure, and of course, you know my right hand man, my brother. Yo, Dom, how you feeling today, brother?
NFT City was good. Feel great, bro. June 22nd. We're on to another episode 17. It feels good, bro. It feels good.
It's good to say that, man. I mean, not only that, you know, if you guys haven't tuned in, you know, Feeders Podcast episode 2 dropped today. By the time you guys hear it, I hope you already tuned in. So, you know, something to keep in mind. Yeah. But yeah, we have a lot of things to cover. Again, as usual, we try to keep it fun, you know, try to go through those office hours real quick. But we do have a lot of discussion segments we're probably going to try to go through because, you know, we do have our boy Hayes. And yeah, I already know how he is when it comes to the market. Let's just say he keeps it bullish, bro. You know what I'm saying? But yeah, how that sound for y'all? Let's just start with that.
Yeah, all good here.
Let's go, bro.
I bet. So yeah, I was listening to the office hours and they hit a lot of points. And at first I was actually mad excited. I was like, oh shit, like they going crazy on this episode. So like for like a few things they mentioned, you know, how the previous collector score was decided. So you guys know it was 7,500, which if you've heard the last 2 episodes we've recorded, we've been ranting a bit about it. And the initial idea was that they wanted 25%. You had a 25% chance of getting one if you qualified for it. Obviously, it didn't go as planned according to them. So it just sounds like it sounds like they just kind of YOLO'd on the number. But because of the most recent collector score, they came up with a new idea, and I really want to hear what you guys have to say on it. But you know, before I do, I'll briefly go over it. So they're talking about Q tiers. And Q tiers is the idea, and I'll just give you a nice example, right? Let's say the legendary pack that's dropping for the playoffs, right? Let's say the finals. The idea is that based off your collector score, you'll fall into different tiers for the Q. And so the higher your collector score, the higher your chance of landing that pack. And it's not as simple as like, you know, Hayes might have one more point than me, and so that already gives him whatever 0.01 chance more. It's more of into tiers of it. So, you know, there's levels to what kind of collector you are. And it's interesting. And I just have a ton of opinions, and to just even start off, yo, Steven, what you think?
I like it, bro. It's interesting. I didn't mind the initial concept of it. I know like a couple days ago we kind of dove a little bit deeper into it, and the point that I was giving was it it gives a reason to hold, and even if you are implementing sort of a quick flip model, you still can uh put that profit back into the market and keep your score as is. But with this new tier stuff, I think it just feels nicer. You know what I mean? Like it feels friendlier. I think it'll be easier to sell to the masses. So I like it, bro. I want to see how it affects the next drop. Don't know if they mentioned that. But yeah, I like to see how it feels in live action, bro. But I like it.
Not for sure. And I mean, the Top Shot team, they're usually pretty good at just implementing these things. Like by the time they announce it, they usually drop it soon after. So there is a chance we'll probably see it before the playoff ends. But what about you, Dom? How about this? Let me try to word it a little bit different. What was your initial thought? Like good or bad, you know? And this is for Rohan who might be listening.
Yeah, word. I mean, Q tiers is like them reacting to, again, the community being outspoken, whether it's a vocal minority or maybe it's the majority. In this case, clearly the majority are screaming out saying, yo, we've been putting in work and I still don't have enough collector score. And actually, like, for instance, you are a perfect example of that. And if it wasn't for Steven and I completing the master challenge, we may have also fallen into that same category of like someone who's clearly put in a lot of money, been in this for a while, but didn't meet the requirement otherwise. So, you know, it's a good reaction. It's something. It means that they're, again, we spoke about this before. They're kind of. It looks like they're clearly listening to the community and making adjustments like quickly. You know what I mean? Some
Yeah.
companies are making adjustments, months down the line, or they go through a long review process and weigh in the pros and cons. So I'm glad that that's going on. Now I do also have questions around it, which, when it comes to the recent blog posts, if you look through them, a lot of the solutions that they're coming out with seem a lot more complicated than it feels like it's continuing to complicate something that's simple. There's tiers, there's different types of scores, and there's bonuses and things. It feels like they keep adding things that are starting to make it a little messier, in my opinion. I mean, it's cool that a queue has a tier, but let's say you have, just off rip, if you have 1,000 packs, and normally the 1,000, or let's say normally you pick a collector score that's like 15,000, something crazy, right? Where only 15,000 people can make it. So 1 out of 15,000, we got 1,000 packs, you got 15,000 people that can do it. That's already a small chance of getting it, right? And now what you're saying is, okay, we're gonna allow a lower collector score requirement, but it's weighted where you have chances. And I actually wanna know, like, does this actually help anybody? Is it cool to, is it cool that it feels like a lottery, or that it's because it ends up being more like a lottery, right? Just buy some people buy $1 worth of a ticket when they play the lottery, and then some people buy, they buy several tickets. So it seems like that. It seems a system.
Damn, bro. Let me stop you right there, bro. That
Yeah.
was a great analogy, bro. The
I thought
fucking
so.
lottery, bro. Damn, bro.
I thought so.
No, it's funny. I knew for a fact when you thought it, I was like, he definitely in his mind was like, yup, this is it.
I'm fucking
Like,
dead. Not really though, to be honest with you.
oh,
It just came off the
alright.
cuff. But I do want to say that, like, yeah, right. It seem like, all right, it's gonna end up being like a lottery, and those who have a like a high collector score has a higher chance of doing it. So it's like you buy, it's like those people were to buy multiple lottery tickets to a thing. Instead of being this elite thing, which is just for, I guess, the elite, right? The people who actually collected OD. I mean,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah, I was gonna say like the exactly what you said, like the initial collector score paywall model is more like a lottery for the elites. This one is more like, yeah, the elites still have the advantage, but we're gonna let a couple of new collectors in, or people that don't, interact with the market that much.
Yeah.
Yeah, bro, but great analogy.
Yeah.
Chris was
Yeah.
right.
No,
Great analogy, bro.
yeah, bro, for sure. For me, so when I first heard this, I was hyped. Obviously, you've heard me rant constantly about this, right? How I wasn't able to be part of this, and it's like I already know what it would take for me to be able to qualify, and I was just like, you know what? Like, I guess I'm just gonna sit this out because, I have other plans. You know what I mean? I guess I'll just hold out for what's coming in the off season or whatever series 3 when it starts over. But then eventually I thought about it, and it was because it did come up again during the office hours. And again, this is not concrete, and not necessarily like using this against Jacob again, because again, this is not concrete information, but he did give the example that again, the higher the you might have a significant more higher chance. So
Mm.
I guess what this will come down to is how they break down this weighted thing that you said, right? Because again, we understand how probability works. I mean, we saw with the freaking lottery today, the NBA. So shout out to the Detroit Pistons for getting the #1 overall pick and probably drafting Cade Cunningham, lucky motherfuckers. But what I'm worried is that if you are part of this elite tier, I hope that your chances aren't so much higher than everybody else's that it's almost like it was almost not even no point in having those other tiers. Because again, we understand how probability works. Yes, you do have a 1% chance of getting something, but what are the, you know what I mean? 1% is still very low, right? Versus maybe
Yeah.
somebody else will have a solid 25 or something. You know what I mean? Like, and I think that's my concern. And I think that's the next hurdle that they'll most likely come across in terms of the Discord just ranting. And yeah, I
Yo,
don't think it's gonna be easy for them to just calculate that over the night.
quick tinfoil hat moment. Do you think they released or they teased these tiers thing because the lottery was happening, bro? Because that's exactly how the lottery works, like the NBA lottery.
Yeah.
You
Damn.
know,
Maybe, who
or
knows, bro? Maybe they got inspiration from it.
it's literally weighted by that. Like before they kind of equalize the top three chances at getting the like the first three picks now have an equal chance of getting the first pick, which is 14%. But back in the day, it used to be like the first or the team that had the worst record would have like a 25% chance. And then that would drop off to like 15, something like that. So it's just drastic. And that's kind of what I got from what you just said. Like um if they lower the chances significantly, like everybody's gonna feel like they have like the 15th uh best odds, which is like a 0.08%, something like that, you know?
Yeah.
Um, but at the very least, that does fix the thing you mentioned where you were kind of bummed because you weren't even part of it, you know?
Yeah, exactly.
If you would have at least had a chance, as slim as it would have been, you would have at least, you know, you would have been excited. You would have been with us, trying to get the pack. It would have been a whole moment. But since you were just excluded completely, that kind of puts you down, and it may even put you down on the whole platform in its entirety.
Yeah.
Exactly. Yeah, yeah. And yeah, honestly, I like the idea. I just, you know what, man, I won't give them. I'll give them time to see how they execute. Because again, like the draft was a perfect example. Before, I mean, we've seen it. Philly used to tank year after year. Hence, how they got Ben Simmons and Joel Embiid like back to back years or some shit. You know what I mean? Like,
The
um,
process is over.
the process is over.
Fuck Philly, fuck Philly.
Well, I don't think Philly's ain't fuck Philly. I think they saying fuck Ben Simmons. But yo, Ben Simmons, you know what I'm saying, bro? If you playing COD and you just want to listen to some, podcasts and you're listening to us, bro, you welcome arms to the New York Knicks. We'll make it work for you, bro. I'll shoot for you, bro. I'll come off the
I'll,
bench.
dri- I'll drive you to the airport, bro. I got you. I'll pick you up, set everything up, set you up nice with an Airbnb, bro. We got you, bro. Couple
Damn.
chimis, couple girls from Dykeman.
We
Be all right.
we get you that Kardashian back, bro. Whatever her name.
I don't know, bro. I think the Kardashians know what they doing, bro. She got Devin Booker, bro. We talking about compared to Kobe this week. So they moved up the ranks. Yeah, she moved up the ranks, you know what I'm saying?
I
Superstar
didn't
to superstar.
I didn't hear this. What was going on? What's the comparison?
Okay, got you. And obviously we won't stay on this topic too long. But yes, Stephen A, obviously, as you guys know, said that Devin Booker is the next Kobe Bryant. And yeah, I won't even say much to that. You can give your opinions on that because I know you're a big Kobe fan. So
Stephen A, bro. And he's a Knicks fan, which is the sad part. We gotta live with him being part of our fan base. Bro, that's ridiculous. Bro, he has one amazing Devin Booker's great. I would love him on the Knicks. I love him as a player. He's exciting to watch. But Kobe Bryant, bro, you're gonna compare him to one of the greatest players of all time after a couple of seasons? Come on, bro. Like you said, bro. Let's skip it. I don't want to do this.
it's funny.
I'm having a
What
good night.
when I heard the silence, I was like, "Oh, I already know what's coming." But yo,
I'm on
bro,
the
shout out
henny,
to Devin
bro.
Booker.
Fuck that.
Yeah,
Well, I
yeah,
mean,
don't let it ruin your night.
you don't make it in that business without like super spicy takes. You gotta come out with something controversial. Oh, to keep your position, keep it up.
And he's the king of that. So
Shout out
I mean,
to
look, they got us talking about it, right? So he played his part, bro. He knows what he's doing. He got here chuckling in his house and shit. Um, but yeah, I think that kind of covers Q tiers. And this is actually there's another exciting topic that came up, and I think Dom, you'll be really excited about this. Uh, so it's the Stimmy. So Roam had hinted before that they're gonna try and reward. So you guys know there's a transaction fee, whatever the 5%, whenever you purchase a moment or even sell one. And so they're saying that they're going to reward that back to the fan base. And they didn't get into too much details as to how that's going to work. But the only thing that they have confirmed is that they won't just give you money, right? You won't just get $50 and you could just withdraw it or something. The idea is that you'll get some type of credit that you could only use an NBA Top Shot. So that way it circles back into the market. Um, and yeah, I mean that's expected. I don't think anybody was just like, oh, nice, here's my $100. I'm gonna go, I don't know, go buy Magnolia Bakery with this or something. I think the idea is smart. You know, keep the money circulating within their system, or just give you some playing around money if you're somebody that you feel like, you know, you like. Even myself, I haven't purchased a moment in probably like a week, maybe a little longer. You know what I mean? So I'm on a little cold streak. So you know, if Dapper hits me up and says, "Hey Chris, here's $100," I'll go fuck around and go get myself a rookie moment. You know what I'm saying? So I like it. It's free money. Well, it's not free money, but it's, you know what I'm saying. It's like doing your taxes, right?
Yeah. Nah, it's 100% a STEMI. And yeah, shout out to Roham, shout out to Dapper and whole team for that. Yeah, I think it's a pretty cool concept. Again, keeping the money locked in because it's a grant, if you will, or again a STEMI. You know, there are no laws against like, yo, can't take the money out, right? It isn't money you put in. And I think that they've been well off, right? We know Top Shot has been well off with the success and the run up that Top Shot had, and they benefited from just moments transferring hands often. In some cases, in many cases, actually, like it would be us selling a moment and then buying it back and then trying to sell it. You know what I mean? And selling it later. Like, so you're getting 5% of you could have just held that moment, but people were transferring hands. And yeah, I think that's a great way to just get people, you know, to interact more with Top Shot. Because one of the things we've been talking about is like people losing not interest in basketball or the Top Shot necessarily, but like not having things to interact with, right? Not having use cases for your Top Shot moments or going on marketplace. Like if you know that, if you feel like, hey, listen, like this market doesn't look too good for now, you just stop buying, you know, altogether. And yeah, it's a great way to stimulate the market, hence the STEMI reference. So
Yeah, I like that.
yeah, right. And Roham, yeah, Roham for president, I guess, bro.
Yeah, word. Getting free shit is always good. And like you said, the fact that you're gifting something to the people that have been on the market, or people that are just in the platform, uh that's gonna keep them in the platform. It's not like you said, like it's not free money that you can then withdraw and take it out and walk away with. It's something to incentivize them. But honestly, bro, it seems very temporary. I mean, I appreciate it. I'll accept it, and I think it's needed because it's gonna boost the morale of everybody that's participating in this whole thing. Um, but I honestly think I see it more as a temporary lifeline, as you know, a temporary life, something to keep us busy until they actually drop something that's necessary, like the things that you guys have talked about. I think a couple episodes back, Chris or Dom, whichever one of you that broke it down, it was yeah, kind of hit on the game that they're working on. We need stuff like that. That's what's going to be that is necessary, in my opinion, in order to keep people coming back to this platform. Like, especially when this off season kicks in. We're going to talk about this a little bit later, but you need things to keep people interested and excited. Again, this is a young demographic. Even basketball or any other sport has a hard time keeping the attention of these fans. Some people don't even watch games; they just watch, recaps on YouTube. So
Yeah, that's a good point.
you need something. You gotta feed the addict. Before it was pack drops. We were always asking for pack drops, but the excitement of that wears off. And if you weren't here in the beginning, pack drops don't keep you as excited. Oh, cool! I got a couple moments. What does that mean to me? We know because we've been here and we kind of see where it's going, but these newer people need an incentive. So it's a temporary measure. I enjoy it. And again, Roham for president. No beef, Roham. We all good on this side. I really appreciate it. But please, please, please continue to work on those other things.
Agreed.
Yeah. Yeah, for sure, bro. Message heard. I'm sure he's out here in his house looking at NFTs and shit. But yeah. Yeah, bro, I think that sums it up pretty well. And yeah, bro, looking forward to that. Again, no details in terms of like when that will be released, but it's just something that it was rumored probably like 2 weeks ago, and then within the following week they're already giving more details. So I guess for now we can expect it soon. Not sure. Maybe somewhere at this point this summer. Either way, whatever, right? It's something to get your feet wet a little bit. So And then the last one that I guess is, and I think Dom, I'll actually ask you to kind of help in on this because I know you know a bit more about it. So, as you guys know, there's a kind of like a community scandal that happened recently, um, where certain information was leaked, uh, by the community within Top Shot, and so it led to certain moments being purchased. Uh, Again, it's like inside trading, you could almost say, and so because of that, the NBA Top Shot, again, you guys probably seen, they've apologized for this, and they've even flagged the moments that were purchased because of the leaked information. And so they've actually announced that they're going to do giveaway. So expect a giveaway, guys, where they're going to start like it sounds. They're going to give away moments that were involved in the scandal, whatever. And so I guess that's something else to look forward to. And again, Dom, if I missed anything, bro, please feel free to add, because I know you know a bit about the specific details of what exactly happened. And again, you wouldn't have to shout nobody out. You know what I'm saying? Just let's
Yeah,
just say
no, facts.
John Doe.
Right. I mean, listen, it is public, so it's nothing crazy. It's a team that goes by Own the Moment. They did some. That's the whole thing. I don't mind saying their name because it's public. But also, Stephen Hayes, if you haven't listened to this, basically there is a team called Own the Moment, just like they're a team just like the First Mint, I guess. And they're in the community. They have a Twitter. They're posting stats and things like that, strategies, all that. And essentially, they had a interview with Jacob, the community manager. They went over, I guess, whatever, a whole bunch of stuff, and that included, some existing moments that were gonna be part of like challenges, um, coming up. So they had information on the moments that would be needed. However, the underline or the disclaimer of that whatever was that they couldn't take any action. They couldn't buy those moments, quote unquote, before the information goes live, or make it public that those are the moments before it goes. Top Shot makes it live officially, and I technically they did follow that, I guess. But what happened was they started doing research on all those moments, right? Like as soon as they found out, so they had the information, the data all collected. They knew which moments, exactly was, because what the community knew at that point was just that there's gonna be something coming up, something special, but no details on it. So they had some details on it. They were able to build like a list on what's the cheapest way to achieve whatever bonus it was that they could get from it. And so as soon as the information went live, a few minutes after, some say like about 30 minutes after, whatever, they have published it on Discord and Twitter and things like that, and people started buying up all those moments before the actual public could react. And the fact that you had all this time to do research and find out specifically what's the best route to get to the bonus or whatever it was kind of made it, that's like an unfair advantage.
Yeah, bro.
Uh,
That's literally the Top Shot version of insider trading.
oh,
That
word.
we don't need any of that, bro. That's not cool at all. This is the first I'm hearing of it. That's shocking, bro.
Yeah.
Um, Obviously it seems like it was a mistake on a couple of fronts. But either way, yeah, that type of information, that's just too much leverage to have. Because again, like you said, you're well prepared. That's like going into war knowing what the other side's gonna do. Um, because like you've mentioned in the past, markets is all psychology. And if you know that this whole new collector score thing is going into effect, and these are the specific moments that are needed or that can boost this thing, and people are going to want them, they're going to be sought after. Again, it's insider trading. Literally
Yep.
the exact definition of it. Yeah. Surprising, bro. It's very surprising.
Yeah, that's exactly what I thought. I thought the same thing. I was like, okay, that's kind of shady. And it can't be overlooked that the fact that this came as a result of Top Shot. Like, the blame shouldn't just be OTM, whatever their code is, whatever it is. It shouldn't just be them that had time to do the research. Actually, most of it shouldn't be them at all. Like, we should be looking at Top Shot and saying, like, yo, listen, like, what led to this kind of I don't know, idea of sharing information with anyone that's not a Dapper employee that needs to know about this. You know what I mean? Like, Yeah, again, they dropped the ball on something. I think, there was some official apology, but if people are giving shit to like the guys that shared the information or whatever, um it doesn't make too much sense. Like you should point your fingers at Top Shot, let them know that they messed up, because that's where it came from. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
Yeah,
yeah, exactly.
100%.
So according to them, and the idea was to, they've kind of done this since the beginning. They slowly try to get the community to, I guess, hype stuff up, right? You try to get like these ambassadors, I guess you can say. And I guess they said it best, that they it was kind of like an honor system where you kind of just share something with somebody, like, hey, promise you won't say anything, and they're like, I got you, bro. You know what I mean? And so obviously, now that money's involved, especially to this scale, you could say it was a bit naive, and I think they learned from it. So I guess moving forward, they're gonna be, I would say they're probably gonna be a lot smarter, because if it does happen again, I think that wouldn't look too good on their part. But again,
Yeah.
yeah, lesson learned.
Yeah, but yeah, just objectively, it's good to point it out, and also, they should hear it, right? It shouldn't be this thing that it's kind of like, anything else. Like, if someone doesn't really yell at you for what you did wrong, like, even if it was with good intentions or whatever the case may be, if you don't hear that, you yourself may not register it. You know what I mean? Like, Top Shot themselves could easily make the mistake again if it wasn't highlighted how detrimental that kind of behavior can be. And again, in itself, it wasn't crazy, I don't think, but the idea that could potentially happen, that wasn't something that was, like, well tied up, you know what I mean, like, could be alarming moving forward. You know what I mean? It's kind of like, we had conversations regarding, actually, I'm gonna skip that point, right? I don't want to hammer this in. I'm glad they apologized, and yeah, hopefully we don't see things like that again.
Yeah, for sure, bro. But yeah, bro. Other than that, that was pretty much office hours. They asked a lot of questions, but it was a lot of just like fluff. So I didn't really feel the need to take notes on it. And again, if I hear anything more concrete, over time, you guys will hear here first. So,
Word.
and yeah, bro. I guess the next thing would be you, Dom. In terms of, like, I know you're the playoff master. So
Yeah, word. I ended up with like 3 of these shits somehow. At 3 of the playoff packs. Now, there was some confusion when the last blog post came out, and we brought it up in the episode that some of the information on the blog post was a little confusing. It was like there were gonna be two moments from like each team, and it wasn't clear that what they were referring to is that they're gonna be continued playoff like base packs, right? Throughout the playoffs. It wasn't just that one playoff, that one, the rare pack that we're gonna see later on, and the legendary. There's actually gonna be a couple just base set playoff packs, and the next one is coming out this Friday, June 25th. You probably this episode will definitely be out by then. Right, Chris? Yeah, we'll definitely have this one out by then. So we're gonna have a next round of playoff packs. There's gonna be it's gonna be on the at 2 p.m. Eastern. There's 185K packs this time, so it isn't reserve. Could technically not land the pack if there's more than 185 in the queue. And the only thing that is a little bit different with this one is the first thing is that it's not a $14 pack anymore. It's actually a $19 pack. So up $5, I guess, from the previous one. Again, because it isn't reserved, there is a collector score requirement of 100. That's pretty cheap. No one's complaining about that. There won't be any rebound packs because, again, it's a pretty large pack drop. The other thing is that there's 5 moments in them. Yeah, you'll have the three base set moments like always, and then you get 2 playoff moments this time. So I guess that tells you why the difference in pricing. This time around, you get an extra moment. I guess 2 extra moments, if I'm not mistaken. Either way, you get one playoff moment from the first round of the playoffs, and one from the second round of the playoffs. So
Okay.
that's pretty cool. And the second round of the playoffs included that KD turnaround shot that we saw recently, send the game into OT against the Bucks. So that's
Yo.
a notable pull right there. Yeah.
Yo,
There's other things like a Trey assist and Terrence Mann going off that Clippers game.
yo, quick thing on that though, bro.
Yeah.
I'm honestly loving these playoff facts. They're
Yeah.
they're a perfect example of why Top Shot is fun, why it's great for fans, and why it's just a dope idea, bro. Like we're seeing these moments happen, right? It's the playoffs. Things are stickier, right? They're more in your face, there's more eyeballs on it. Um and back to your theory and Corona Chris's theory, you guys are pushing this movement of moments matter, right? It's not just the name attached to it. Don't just buy something without really seeing what it is. Do your research, or is that something that I actually want to have in my collection? Like that, what Trey did to us, that's now a moment that somebody can purchase that, you know?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
That KD shot, bro, that was huge. Like these things in this instant, right? Like a couple of days pass by after the moment actually happens, it's minted, and now it's something that's in the platform, it's in the marketplace. It's something you can say you own. I don't know. This is it's a perfect example of why this shit is so dope. And I'm really loving it, bro. I'm really enjoying it. Really enjoying it.
That's a great point. Yeah, bro. Like you watching the games. Well, two things there. One, you mentioned that how this moment's just already being planned and already in top. It just happened. Like that turnaround is actually pretty impressive. You know what I mean? Like you would think that the process would be more, I don't know, take longer or something like that, but I'm glad it doesn't. And it makes sense as well, right? Like you we're in the playoffs now. It just happened. You watch that game, and when I saw it happen live, I was like, damn, what a shot. I was excited about it. And like the second thought that came after was like, yo, that's gonna be a moment. It has to be a moment. And I
Yeah.
mean, I thought it was gonna be like they were gonna use it as some like the rare or something like that. But I think the rare playoff packs are I guess specific to the Eastern and Western Conference Finals.
Yeah.
So it wouldn't make sense there. But still, like immediately I thought like, yo, that's a nice top shot moment. I want that one. Right. So I'm already thinking in that sense where I'm watching games and I'm thinking, wow, top shot. You know what I mean? I'd like to own that kind of thing. So
Bro,
yeah.
this is the barbecue moment. This is the
Yeah.
when we hit
Yeah.
our
Yeah.
40s and we're like, yo, just shooting the shit. And we're like, yo, remember that KD joint? And then Dom pulls out, yeah, bro, look at my 236 cereal on it. Let me put it on the screen real quick.
Yo.
Like,
Oh shit.
or fuck around, you might even have a little frame on the wall already of it just there, just rotating in your little shuffle, your little slide shuffle. Uh,
Or you have a VR room go in and you have like museum style, bro, where you have all your moments
oh,
and you and your
stop.
boys can turn, three of y'all could put on the goggles and do a virtual walkthrough of my
Bro.
Yeah,
yo,
bro. I like where you're going with this, bro. See, dream big, bro. Fuck out of here. We in here, bro.
Top Shot VR. We need that, Rohan.
We're gonna have a fucking back cave, bro. But yeah, bro, like, and it's interesting, right? Like hearing like the Top Shot team talk about like how it is that they pick these moments too, because they said that it's very easy for them to like see a fire ass moment from like game 3. But I mean, again, we're like in the example of KD, right? This motherfucker was shooting crazy shot after shot, so it's very hard. Apparently, it's very hard to pick them because you're like, damn, you're not gonna pick 4 of them from the same series, right? You're trying to, you can only pick one. And so it's like you gotta like you almost have to give it time where you're like, all right, let's wait for all these games to end, and then sit down and say which one was the moment. And that must be fun for them. I'm sure that must be like, and that's I think I don't know if we spoke about this on the podcast or outside of the podcast, but they've been doing a really good job at picking out moments.
Yo,
I don't know,
sign
the quality has just improved drastically from when we first started. Like,
Sign me up for that, bro. I need to check their job openings. That is like the moment picker for Top Shot. That is dope as
yeah,
hell.
facts.
Imagine
401k.
or side gig, like your side gig. Yo, bro, I'd be glued to these games. Like, although I do want to say that KD moment, You're right, Chris. You know, as you're watching these games, you're like, "Ooh, that one. Ooh, that one. Ooh, that," you know what I mean?
Yeah.
But as soon as you saw that one, though, that was forget it. Forget the whole game. Like we
Yeah,
knew
you know
off
it.
rip with that
Yeah, you
Stands
know
KD
it,
on
bro.
one.
its own, yeah.
Yeah, you know it. Yeah, bro. But yeah, shout out to KD, bro. It was
Yeah.
it was a valuable effort. And this is coming from Knicks fan. I'm like, you guys. We actually gave some predictions early on, and yo, I said it. Did I not say the Bucks are gonna do it? I had to bring it back. I'm sorry, but did I not say this?
Possibly.
Obviously, it wasn't. Oh, I said they were gonna beat the Nets. I
My
didn't say they were
memory
gonna
is a
beat
little
the Clippers.
iffy.
Okay, I said that. I said that they were gonna be the one to stop the Nets. Now,
You did say
obviously,
that.
it didn't pan out to be the way that they expected it. We didn't expect James Harden to be walking on crutches in the middle of the game. But listen, bro, shout out to Giannis and shit pulling through. So
Yeah, bro. And the
Props.
whole squad, yeah, they balling. Are we all on the same boat? Like we all bet Bucks and Suns to the finals?
I I already gave you my prediction. I said Clippers Bucks.
Oh, got you.
you got,
Okay.
you
Remember
got
you asked me
Clippers
a while
Bucks.
back? Yeah, I said it a
E-
while back.
even when Kawhi hurt.
You see, Dom asked me this several weeks ago, and I said he was my theory, bro. So the Suns, I think, deserve it more, and they should. It makes sense for them to make it, and it'll be fire for them to make it too. But my whole theory is the Clippers need to make it. If they don't make it to the NBA Finals this year, Kawhi's gone, bro. Like that is huge. That can destroy every ounce of buildup that that team has had, bro. Like they've turned this whole thing around. They're building a new stadium up in Inglewood, and they need this moment. Like they got Kawhi, they got PG because they needed a spark sign, something that different makes them, kind of helps them gain fans over the Lakers in LA. And if you don't make it to the finals, bro, hey, he got a player option. He could be gone. So what I'm trying to say is they need to get there. If they don't, it's a paradigm shift. So I'm voting for that team stepping up, like just the basketball gods kind of making that happen. And if it doesn't happen, hey, we New York Knicks. We got Worldwide West. We got figure something out.
Yeah, facts.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, yeah. I mean, I hear you on that. I just think for me, like even like the fact that the Kawhi did get hurt, and in the scenario like it is an ACL, and he will be out for some time, bro. He's gonna want to be in his cozy little San Diego mansion, bro. He ain't gonna want to come to New York, bro, when it's cold. Now in the scenario where he was playing, and they lost, like he was part of the losing team, right? Because right now it feels like if they lose, it's not on him anymore. You know what I mean? Like that's it. It's on Kawhi. I mean, PG and the supporting cast. While now it's just like, well, it's an excuse. It's like, well, look how far we could have made it if we had Kawhi. So I don't know. I think that will probably play a huge role, bro. And if again the scenario that is somehow it drives Kawhi away, and the chances are to come here, bro. Oh man, that would be fucking sweet. But yeah, a lot of people that we want here: Ben Simmons, Kawhi. List goes on.
Yeah. Story of
Yeah.
a Knicks fan.
Yeah, facts. But yeah, fellas. Other than that, I think that covers most of the news. But I think as usual, like when we got you on Hayes, we try to keep it fun, bro. And this is just a random one that I came up with earlier on, and I was gonna wait until we hit the end to kind of hit it. But in the scenario that we did get a stimmy, what player comes to mind that you would want to spend that money on? Obviously, if it's $100, I don't off the top of my head, I don't know what's worth 100 right now because we know how this market works. But what comes to mind, like what player when you think of if I have a stimmy, who I would spend it on?
For me, bro, the whole narrative I've always been pushing. It's rookies. So if I had to choose one, it would obviously be LaMelo Ball. It's dropped down to I think around like $600. And if the stimmy is a credit that's just on my wallet or in my wallet that I can then, throw more money on, I would gladly use that, to help me get a LaMelo. If not LaMelo, I would just go down the ranks of rookies. But I would end up with a rookie from that stimmy. That is just that's the safest bet in my opinion.
Okay,
Um, yeah.
respect. Sticking to the fundamentals, I like it. What about you, Dom?
Well, I was gonna try to pass Hayes on that Sam Merrill list, but so that's what I was
Damn.
gonna put my money on.
You can get like about 5 of them shits.
But
But
I'm gonna need like 7 stimmies for that. I'm gonna have to
yeah,
clean the
word.
kids and shit. Yeah.
Yeah, bro.
Yeah, that's a good question, bro. I think there are a few moments that I have kind of just been eyeing from time to time. Again, I brought this one up a few times. That Carter moment. Again, unless you do run it backs, you're not gonna see any other Carter moment ever. Like, you know what I mean? So, and that being that particular moment, that last shot, COVID, the last shot for his career, like, come on, bro. Like, that's, to me, that's crazy. It did drop down under 1,000 and then came back up. I kind of missed that, but I'm patient with it. There's no
Yeah,
rush
bro.
for me, to be honest. But in my heart, like that's still a crazy ass moment, and I think still undervalued. And that is
I like it though, bro. You've been talking about this moment for a while, bro. And so I look forward to hearing the day that you do purchase it. You know, like
word.
usually we get on Discord, you know, like during the workday, like early on. And yeah, I look forward to the day where you're like, yo, Chico, I bought it. And I'll already know what it was, you know. So
I can finally
yeah,
shut
man.
up about it. Word.
That's gonna be a big moment, bro.
It's gonna be a big moment, bro.
Yo, but when you brought that up, bro,
Yeah.
it immediately brought me to, hey, bro, I've been on this marketplace and this platform for a minute now, and I have never thought to look up my favorite player of all time. Rest in peace to the god, Kobe Bryant.
Yo.
Could you imagine when they drop? There's no moment for him,
Exactly.
bro. I need that immediately. Like,
Yeah,
I
bro.
don't care what price it is. I'm copping that.
You win
Holy
like
shit.
probably 89%. I don't know, whatever percentage you want to say, but yeah, everybody's gonna want that one, bro.
I
Facts.
agree. That might break every type of record. Holy shit.
You know,
Well, yeah, you go, bro.
yeah, I was just gonna say on that note. Remember, if you do have to go running backs, and they have clarified that running backs are for the foreseeable future going to stick to being like an off-season thing, because during the season you have a lot of content, right? Drop season stuff. Off season, no content, but you can go back into the archives, and so I think that's a great way to set it up, kind of thing. I don't mind that. But it does mean that, look, like, you want to capitalize during the off season on these running backs. Let's say people are sleeping on, the off season. They whatever, they're not talking about ball, so people are not paying attention. So it's like a double way to benefit. In a market, you want to buy when people are forgot about the thing, right? They're declaring it dead or not interested. When there's low buying pressure, right? Prices are low, you get to capitalize on some, buy lows pretty much. I think that can potentially happen in the off season. And we also know that when you go into the archives, right, you have a lot more content, right? You got bro, decades of moments you can go back to, and you're not gonna pick some regular layup. You know what I mean? Like, you're gonna go back to, like, you know what I mean? Like Ray Allen's 3-pointer on the corner kind of thing. The Allen Iverson over Ty Lue, stepping over. You know what I mean? Like, crazy, crazy memorable moments. Even with the KD, right? The KD that just happened, right? Like, it's amazing, but we are affected a little bit by recency bias. I don't know if you go back in the history books that you look necessarily at that shot. Like, it might be in KD's like highlight reel, right? Kind of thing. If you do a compilation, 10-minute compilation of KD stuff, like, that's on there. But is it one of the moments that remind you of KD? And it might not be that. You know what I mean? But when you go into the archives, like, you're gonna pick the moment. I mean, I would hope Top Shot picks the moments that are like that. You know what I mean? Like the time, the things that test the what's the term, bro? They test
The
they
test of time,
defeat the
something like
test of
that.
time. Yeah, something like that.
Yeah,
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 I
yeah,
think I
yeah.
think we got it eventually. Yeah. So yeah, that's a great point, bro. Running backs are definitely, now that I think about it, with this discussion we're having, like, running backs are gonna be it, bro,
Yeah,
for
bro.
sure.
Well, one thing I don't think we've ever touched on the podcast, where I haven't heard it, maybe I missed it. There's actually an agreement between the NBA and the NBPA, which is the Players Association. And if I'm not mistaken, all, like, if a player's retired, they're not automatically included in that agreement. Meaning they can't just,
Mm,
like, for instance, they can't just mint a Michael Jordan moment, or possibly even a Kobe Bryant moment. So there would have to be some type of agreement with his his uh his widow, his wife, or like for instance MJ, or any other player that's retired. Like maybe I think the players that are currently active right now, since they're part of the NBA, they're part of this agreement, and part of the agreement is also that they make money from this. So from that fee that Top Shot and Dapper Labs collects, it's actually split three ways. I don't know what the percentages are, but between the NBA, NBPA, and then Top Shot. So I'm assuming that that's not going to be the same agreement for Michael Jordan or Kobe Bryant, but yeah, so we might know ahead of time too. Like for instance, we might get some news breaking where Kobe Bryant's estate agrees to an agreement with Dapper Labs to for whatever. Uh, but something to look out for, and that's also an interesting wrinkle in this because what if a player holds out?
That's right.
Yeah. No, bro, that's a good point, bro. Yeah, because I think they did mention that about the MJ thing, right? Because as soon as you think of running back, that's what you think about. You think about like goats. You know what I mean? Like you're not just gonna be like, oh, let me go remember this nice superstar from like 2001. You're talking about like Hall of Famers, right? Um, but yeah, so in the scenario that it does happen, and obviously, all we can do is assume for now. It would be dope if they got like a nice Kobe moment and they only minted 24 of them, bro.
Oh my
Wouldn't that be
god,
fire?
yeah,
Or even
that would
better,
be
just
nice.
8. You know what I'm saying? You fuck around with the series. Yeah, that would be crazy. Because
Uh,
remember, bro, this is a throwback, but remember we were talking about like there's that next tier of like that platinum ice or like that
Genesis.
Genesis, whatever the shits are called. So yeah,
yeah.
bro, I think if you're gonna damn, bro, I got like some not deja vu, but did I say that? I know I had picked Kobe as like a moment that I would want. This is a long time ago. I don't know if it was if I would want that, if I had said that would be the Genesis moment. Either way, yeah, that would be dope. And if Top Shot, if you guys are hearing this, get your lawyers, bro. Figure some shit out, bro, because the Kobe moment, bro, could bring up some fucking love to this market. I don't know. Some people are gonna throw a lot of money for it. Hey,
Uh,
I'm just interested to see it. Even though I know I probably won't even have a chance of getting one.
I'm gonna start getting some quotes from my bank right now, bro. I would take out a loan for that shit.
Yeah, I
So,
would.
Mr. Hayes, how is it that what exactly do you need these 100K mortgage for?
Sir, I'm gonna buy a GIF. It is just a bundle of HTML, a bunch of shit, bro. I'll sell them on it. Just throw crypto in there. Banks love crypto words.
Yeah. Oh yeah. I hate that shit. But yeah.
Yeah, but yeah, I guess that pretty much covers like what we think, because that was actually one of the main things I was gonna bring up. But you guys are really good at bringing it in, even without fucking bringing up the question. But yeah, it was like, what is Top Shot gonna do in the off season, right? And I think run it back. You guys just kind of summed that up pretty well, and that is part of the plan. Um, but another thing in mind is, what do you guys think like trades and signings would do? Free agency is an exciting time for me. I love the business side of the NBA. Like I just love seeing the movement of like just seeing different players and different teams and yeah, like now we're in a whole different aspect of this, right? Because it's like again, we've been talking about imagine Ben Simmons on like a Mike D'Antoni offense, right? I'm sure it would be a very different player than what we saw at Philly, right? So that would also mean a different set of moments. Um, I guess to make it interesting, I don't know what you guys think about that. Like any particular player in mind that you would want to see this offseason go somewhere, and you're like, yo, I think this dude could have like some really nice moments, or just even a way better career. And obviously, don't get stuck on this one because there's a lot. So
Please take that over, bro.
um, damn, bro. So no players in particular. For me, it's more of a we've already seen what like award announcements or even like a big highlight in the game has done to the valuations of certain moments. Like for instance, when the LaMelo thing dropped, when they announced that he was Rookie of the Year, um, like I immediately texted, yeah, look at the current price, and then like I look, it's at 800 already. I think it started at 700. Look, it's at 800. It's at 900. It's almost at a G. Um, and it's sort of this like this immediate effect of everybody's like hearing the name and they're like, oh shit, Top Shot exists. Let me go buy this. And that's the whole buying pressure thing, right? Where you lose that bottom starts going up. So I think that's what we can look out for. As far as just like free agent signings, like I would expect, like for instance, if CP3 opts out and then he decides to go to another team, which again the Suns are about to make the finals. I don't think that's going to happen, but if it does happen, that's news, and that's going to generate interest or attention on this player, and that moment is going to shoot up. If it's temporary, it's temporary, but that might be something that you want to keep in mind to play that. You might want to have some of these moments already in your collection so that when these things do happen in the summer, um, you can pull the trigger. But yeah, CP3, bro. Any of the top guys. There's DeMar DeRozan in there, and there's also some opt-out candidates. Or again, aside from free agency, you got the trades. You got Ben Simmons of the world, Dame Lillard. If Dame ends up on any other team, bro, like that's big news. So
Yeah,
take
for
advantage
sure,
of the
bro.
news. Yeah.
Nah, bro, I like it. Yeah, bro, and I think because again, it's just there's a million ways we can go about this, but for me, like, and again, it's gonna be cliche, but if I could have some Dame MSG moments next year, I wouldn't be mad. I would be pretty damn happy, and I think the rest of the world would also agree with me because that sounds box office, not just an NBA Top Shot, but we're gonna hear a lot of Stephen A. You know how he gets, bro. So
Bro,
And a lot
even
of Steve B. It's mean, bro. I would not shut up about that.
yeah,
even Portland fans, bro.
yeah. Even Portland fans would be happy for us, bro.
Yeah, I got it.
Um,
Yeah, I got it.
but yeah, fellas. Other than that, like, any last thoughts? Anything y'all want to share with the NFT City fam?
Bro, I want to take a toast. I'm drinking some Hennessy VSOP right now. I'm gonna take a little drink to the fact that the Knicks are. We didn't have to watch the draft lottery today. We didn't have to sit there and watch that asshole reveal that the Knicks got the ninth pick, the eighth pick when we were the best odds to get the second, third, or first, bro. We don't got to deal with that no more. Why? Because we're a team that's projecting to be something greater. We're actually progressing. We're growing. We're an actual NBA team. So I'm gonna take a little sip for that, bro. I'm gonna leave you with that.
A mellow. That was
A
beautiful, bro.
mellow, a mellow,
A
bro.
mellow, a mellow. Yeah, bro, for sure. And yeah, bro. Just want to big shout out to you guys. Episode 17. I mean, it's exciting to say. We've been recording this for a minute now. Like, did I think we would make it episode 17? Sure. I can be optimistic, but I'm just happy to be doing with this. Coño, I'm fucking got tongue tied. I'm
Don't
out
get
here getting it.
emotional.
I'm
Don't
getting
get emotional,
emotional.
bro.
Yeah, y'all get me, bro. I'm hyped. I love talking shit with my boys, especially ball, bro. I love this shit, bro. I got into ball like a few years ago, and like this, it's one of my passions now. So I'm glad to be sharing
Nice.
this with y'all, bro. And yeah, especially with
Likewise.
you guys, NFT City fam.
Damn, salud, bro.
Yeah, facts.
Salud, salud.
And then yeah, on that note, NFC City, y'all be good.
Peace.
Pisces.